Yeah, we'll just put me down here for now. And then we're gonna discuss this chapter. What do you guys think of the chapter, though? What do you guys think of this chapter? We got one this week, so instead of the usual two. But did you guys like it? What is your current opinion? What is your current opinion of this? What are we? 13 chapters into him coming back. How are you guys feeling about Tower God right now? Are you high on it, low on it? You're indifferent. You still need to see more. Is it back? Is it peak? Is it peak fiction? What are we thinking, man? Nola Bam James was 0 out of 10. Yuri showed up out of 10 out of 10. My current opinion: why did Yuri have to show up? Things were getting interesting with Bam and Snake and Andosi and Lilia. Why did SU have to make things too easy for the good guys by adding Yuri? Well, I understand why you're saying that, but I get it. But for all we know, Traumaray has some other people he could send. You know what I'm saying? Like this is still a Lophobia mothership and stronghold. So and no, I kind of hear you because it's taking away some of the tension. So like, because like it's almost like now, like let's say Bam and Yuri together could fight the Sea Snake or something. So I kind of hear you, but I miss Yuri. I guess that's the best way for me to put it. I miss Yuri. It's nice to see you again. Best chapter of the season. I don't think I agree with that, but I'm not mad at it. High on it. 7 out of 10 chapter. Lilal slightly bothers me because her actions aren't even rooted in logic, but I'm excited for their fight. She's been kind of up and down all over the place. I don't really I kind of agree with that. The pacing is really quick. Do you want would you want it to be slower? Would you like it to be faster? Do you think it's fine? Is it jarring to you? I've enjoyed it a lot. All right. It was the other chapter was cool, man. You know what though? Okay, I need to remember this girl's name. Say the girl with the frisbee who binded the snakes with the beanie and the long hair. What's her name? I like her. Invisible FUG dominatrix girl face I can't see. I kind of like her too. I do think they're still probably both going to not make it because everyone is not making it. But I don't dislike them. Is it too easy? Like we're still in enemy territory. It's true. It's true. It's just that the point is that like the regulars never get to do anything on their own. You always inject like a Van Kel or like a Hajin Sung and Cha and stuff. Like you know what I'm saying. But I understand why somebody would be a little perturbed. I'm like, oh, Yuri's here, so now things are a little easier. This is a very powerful princess high ranker. I get it. I'm not upset at it though, and I miss Yuri. I wanted to be more prominent. I've been waiting for her to come back in the third season, so maybe I'm just biased because I'm a Yuri stan. I admit it. The fact that hand-to-hand combat is in place was good, and Dorsey having a 1v1 is good. Glad Yuri back. We also need her there to help Bam escape, not necessarily to fight the Sea Snake. Well, you also have to remember that Aguero, Rack, Tiara, Mate should be on their way too. So we'll see because they're supposed to help Bam get out of there too. But I wonder if Yuri and Dorsey have to finally make a decision. Are you a Princess of Jahad or are you going to rock with Bam? I think the time for them to make that choice that it was kind of brought up during the floor of death, if you remember. I think that decision is coming sooner rather than later. I could be wrong though. Don't forget about the test. I remember you studied some psychology, so I want to know if it's good or fraudulent because it was very accurate for me. I don't know what test this. DM it to me, send it to me, or whatever, and I'll make sure to do it. It's been a great run of chapters. Finally, getting some consequences for people. Yeah, I actually have very much appreciated the death and blood. I know a lot of these characters are new and they don't particularly matter, but at least he has the balls to kill them off. But I wouldn't put so much effort into all their character designs, but I respect it. We might be seeing the start of a darker Bam, especially after the previous chapter. I think Bam has finally embraced what he is. That's the major difference that I see. I think he's gradually been more willing to do things that are not in line with his season one, you know, nice boy, persona. And it started with JVG. So like I've already seen Bam be ruthless. So to me, this isn't some new thing necessarily, but when it comes across to me that he's finally like, bro, I'm nice. I'm an irregular. I'm powerful. You got some shit inside me. let me fade some people. Like he's confident now is what is the major big difference that I've seen. But is it the dark? Ooh, the dark change. Oh, it's happening. I'm a Yuri fan as well, so I'll never disagree with her getting more screen time. I understand. I understand. Yuri's probably my favorite princess if we don't count a Knack. A Knack's a demi princess, I guess. So I've always Yuri's like one of those characters that anytime she's on screen, I'm having a really good time, and that matters to me. I wanted to make this. Is it this? Let me make this a little. There we go. That's better. But okay. So let's focus on this chapter a little bit. Go to the top and then we'll come down and see what I like here. I think the visuals are a little bit better. I do think that this is a common problem I see with webtoons though. This is not like a SIU specific thing. When characters are angled certain ways and you have to show like perspective in terms of like this part of the face being more of the forefront and the other part of the face being more in the background, they look kind of goofy and cross eyes, and the one eye looks way bigger than the other sometimes. But that's a webtoon thing. I think producing this level of like quality and color on a week to week basis causes that to be a necessary evil. But what's tripping me out is Sea Snake is just not speaking. Does he not like to talk? Does he not like to express his opinion? Does Lily all speak for him? You know what I'm saying? Like I want him to be like, wait, why are we doing that? So let me think. I like his confidence and smack talk. So do I. I'm tired of the. Am I kind of like? I just want him to just be who he is now. Just be that. And I think the series is better for it. Yuri always brings comedy that's really fun, and she's a badass. Asses weren't consistently good, so the arc gets a 5 out of 10. I'm sorry to hear that from you, man. I'm sorry. The snakes, yeah, her, yeah. So Lilial's, someone earlier said she's been difficult to get a read on. She's been a little bit all over the place. And her motivations don't seem to be rooted in logic. Maybe the idea is to show that princesses are just super selfish, egotistical, and stubborn, and nothing they do is particularly rooted in logic. So she doesn't do what she. This fit's not. Her pants aren't moving me in her fit though, but her body's nice. Yummy. And her little like, oh, like I want to torture her before killing her. She's like, oh, you get reported for that kind of thing. But this was mostly Endorsi, and crew tricking Lilial to getting kind of like beat, and then them setting up the fight. There wasn't too much to sink my teeth into in terms of anything happening. But how do you guys think the stuff with Laura is gonna play out? Is she gonna have to team up with them because she realizes her mom is in danger? Is it gonna be Sea Snake that saves her or tries to kidnap her? Like, what's gonna happen with Laura? Laura to me seems to be a very important variable here. And where's my guy Zamzam? Where you at, man? Where's my dragonfly? I miss him. Sorry, putting my Kobe. I gotta hang this up. Mamba. I think the art is good. That's good. Negative points for the fat kid covering the chapter. There was no fat kid. There was only the greatness of Mew Love. I think the art is good. Lilial should be stronger and more experienced. It's obvious. Shilial is the brains. Probably that makes sense. I guess maybe that's their gimmick because they're like a twin duo. So one is the smart one does the punching. That's fair. Strategy coming in play, even if simple, was nice to see. Plus, seeing regulars fight again. Agreed. See, I don't care about her being selfish, but it's like the family head that ordered this. Like, seriously, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I but I think at one point did she consider that it's possible that Chamaray threw her away when she was thinking about the relationship that her great grandfather or grandfather has with the family head and stuff like that? Like maybe I don't know. I'm with you though. Like it's not a lot. She's nothing here is rooting in logic. So I hear you. Because the Chamaray's like, all right, I'm tired of this. You're a trifle. Snap his fingers, or no, hold on, Cobalt. And say, see, we need Cobalt. See, right now, my focus would be, I'd be like, yo, Chamaray, yo, can I borrow Cobalt? What do you mean? Let me borrow Cobalt for a second, bro. Cobalt, you see those snakes? Kirby them. Just vacuum all the snakes in his mouth, and we're good. We're a-okay. We're good to go. That's exactly that'll be my plan. I need the frog that ascended into a garden deity after eating 1,000 snakes. He being Sea Snake's ass. Cobalt don't want to see him. I mean, Caesar don't want to see Cobalt. It's too easy. You gassing a fat character is equivalent of a homo. Wait, he's not. Well, Mulov's not fat, but that's my favorite character in Tower of God. That's my guy. Chicken Love Club. Um, has this fight been a long time coming though since the name hunt station? Because as much as I'd like to see this fight happen, and I think it's a good opportunity so I can gauge what they can do in terms of like princesses of Jahad that are like C rank at this point at this juncture in the tower. I can gauge them and compare them to Bam. So that's a good barometer for me to use in a measuring stick. But I would say that over the years I lost interest in this battle actually happening. I've always still been a little more interested in Shilial versus Hots because Shilial's not a swordsman, and she pulled out her rapier, and she was like putting in work against him, and he's like a swordsman. I kind of care about that one a bit more. Not that I think that's going to happen. It's just something I was thinking about. But I wonder when Shilial will get here if she comes. I want to see her come through. I do. Even if it's something like related to like, oh, she came because she heard like Laura was kidnapped by the Slayer candidate or something, because that should be her mom too if they're legitimate, literal twins. But it's possible that it's just a sibling thing where like the princesses all consider themselves siblings and aunties and cousins or whatever or whatnot, but they don't have the same parent or lineage. Laura might come into play soon if she's on the same floor, but she's on the floor with Shaw. She might not have much to do until the end of the small test. Fair. Well, I hope no one kills Zamzam. Zamzam needs to stay alive. Yeah, for sure. That's my hotel manager, man. All right, respect him. He's cool. He called people mosquitoes. He had dragonfly. He raw. He an advanced upper ranker. He does his thing. I like him. I was really trying to figure out what Yuri's about to do though. I really want to know what she's about to do. I did not expect Yuri this early. And is she allowed to be here? Is the question. Did she disobey orders when she was like enduring it, whatever? Did she finish the mission and then come here? Did she tell anybody? Who knows? Like, I have so many questions. All the regular princesses we have seen pale in comparison to Dana Macheni. None of them are getting the 13 months LOL. You think so? Let me think about that. Because Dana Macheni has always been highly impressive to me during the Hidden Floor. I thought she was going crazy. I'm like, you're literally fighting the data of the king. There's nothing you could do here. But you're actually nice, though. With the read on, and with her and a Cardi casting the spell, she came down with the little shield. She was kind of going nuts. Has any princess technically had a better display than her as a regular? And Dorsey has these spurts and moments, I would say for sure. Earlier, Anak did, but that stopped being impressive after a while. Other ones are rankers plus. So, interesting. You might be right. Madame Machete might actually be the best Princess of Jihad we've seen in action. Oh God. Dada Machete and Hua Ryun are my favorite characters. Oh, I respect that. Hua Ryun is definitely a goat. I like Machete just in general. I don't really care if it's Dad or Machete. I like Machete a lot. Yeah, she actually touched him. I'll bet only his clothes. Yeah, and even he was like pretty, like decently impressed or whatever. I think I remember him making some type of like nice commentary towards her. But now, Dada Machete was truly the reason. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, and I don't know if you guys were. No, you wouldn't know this because in terms of me actually reacting and putting chapters on the channel, it started with Jahad sending his power through the hidden floor to ragdoll Bam by his neck to be like, didn't I kill you before? It's around then where I started. But the hidden floor to me for a long time was not an arc that I was enjoying. I think that arc is saved by it's kind of how it concludes and a couple of things that happen in the middle. But originally I wasn't interested in this arc. Aside from Rachel being a big breeder as Icarus, which was interesting, I thought the sworn enemy stuff was annoying. I never cared about Rose and Batis or whatever. The like ones and zeros and whatever they were doing was stupid. I didn't care. I wasn't interested in them playing an MMORPG in the data world. Like, None of that was moving me. I even took a little month break. I wasn't reading it week to week. It was actually Data Machete going crazy that made me like interested in reading it. And then obviously with Kunadawan coming through, Data Jahad go making Bam kind of go crazy. And really it's the Shinsu property conversion stuff, the Shinsu quality and shape. That's when my interest really started to get peaked. But that arc took me a while to get into. I still think it's a good arc though. I think it's one of the better arcs. It just takes a while. And to me the ending is more important than like the beginning, sort of more often than not. Um, maybe the princes from the big three families are built different. You think so? You think like the ones from the strongest families go the hardest? It's not impossible. I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't put that past SIU to do something like that, which would be cool and interesting. But what I would rather prefer is for each family princesses to actually showcase the things that make them but that's unique to their family. So if it's Ha family stuff, it's being a technician, I guess. If it's, Hendo, it's being a defender and having high defense Shinsu resistance. I guess Kun family Jian Sula, but maybe also in conjunction having multiple Shinsu qualities like Kun Duan did. REA family swordsmanship, needles with the RD family. So yeah, was Bong Bong doing round teleports always a thing? I think she was lying. I think she was lying. I don't think she actually meant what she said. I think she was doing that to not let Lilial know exactly where she teleported her to. I don't know if it took her a while to get control of where she wants to go, but she could control the direction in which she goes into. From what I can tell, I don't think that she actually spun the roulette and just ended up somewhere, because that would be crazy. I wouldn't use that if that was the case. Well, me and her are different though. What do you guys think? You guys think she actually did a random teleport? Let me see if I can find the part in the chapter where she says it. Blah blah blah. She's pushed. She's all right. She's like, where's this? How would I know? Bong Bong just dropped us off where it pleased. Yeah, like it sounded like she was just being cheeky. She called Dorothy a simple princess. I think that means princesses from the 10 families are stronger than regular princess. Oh, so you think that and Dorsey was somebody without any major lineage to 10 great families that was exceptional in some way, shape, or form that ended up becoming a princess of Jahad. So she's not tied to a 10 great family, is what you're saying. It's similar to what some of us were hoping for Adori, that Adori was just some random in tower habitant that was going crazy and she became a Jahad princess of Jahad. Okay. Because I guess the idea is that you're augmenting what's already there. So if you come from a 10 grade family and you have high stats and you get injected with the power of blood, the process, it takes those stats and amplifies them. So if you're a more regular person, you're exceptional, but you're not quite 10 great family direct descendant exceptional, and we amplify your stats, you're going to be a little lower than them. That makes sense to me. But I could see, I could see the opposite, not the opposite, but another argument also being true. Okay, fair enough. It looks like they're by the power. Imagine she tells Bong Bong to teleport them randomly, and they end up in a wall somewhere. They end up in like an active volcano. Like I wonder if there's like just teleport us anywhere, just somewhere, anywhere than here, and it's like in space. So there's I don't know what you probably can't actually go to space, but there's in the vacuum of space, so they can't breathe or nothing. But let me propose this question to you guys. So let's say there isn't a set. How do I explain this? So let's say more often than not, if you're chosen to be a princess of Jahad and you're a direct descendant, you're like a 6 out of 10. And when you get the boot the power the process done to you, you become a 9 out of 10. So someone who's a regular person might be a 3. They get the boost and they go up to like 7 or something, right? But that would insinuate the increase in power you get is the exact same, no matter who gets the process of becoming a princess of Jahad. What if that's not the case? It's dependent. It's a case by case scenario. What if one person they power up only so much, but another person they power up a lot more, right? Are you kind of from? Are you guys familiar a little bit with how the super soldier serum works? Where it kind of amplifies certain things. So if you have good qualities or good traits or niceness in you, it'll amplify those things. So I'm wondering if like if you're super duper strong already, you get this process, the amount of power it gives you is a little bit is smaller than if you're much weaker. It's kind of like okay, you know what? Better example. It's like EXP. Since your level is higher, even though you're getting whatever you're getting, the amount of levels you go up won't be the same as if you got that, let's say, EXP candy when you were a lower level. A 3,000 EXP candy is going to do more for a level 10 than it's going to do for a level 20. You feel what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. That would be a cool concept. So the stronger the princess, the more power you can receive. I'm saying that's possible, but it could be the opposite. The weaker you are, the more power you get, or randomize, or they can regulate how much power they give you. I don't know. Because the one thing that we know the process does do for sure is it physically enhances them and gives them a body as strong as a ranker. What if that's the only thing it does? But all of your other Shinsu related skills, knowledge, intellect, experience, and combat ability are not augmented. It just physically buffs you. I hope we get more insight into this process soon though. But that's fun to think about actually. Hmm. What do I actually think though? What do I think? Do I think it's case by case? Hmm. I don't know what I think yet. I gotta think about it. But I like the idea that the weaker you are, the more power you would get, though. But I'm sure there's outliers that just like, well, you were so strong and you got this and you got even stronger. So let's say Rachel became a princess. How strong would she be? That's a good question. Or does Rachel remain the same, but it physically enhances her in terms of she can run and jump faster without Shinsu boosting, and her body's just more durable now? What if that's all it does? Do you remember the name hunt station when Bam and Kun were saying, Aguero was saying it's hard to keep up with Endorsi without using Shinsu reinforcement because she just like I use the term athletic. She's more athletic than them naturally because her body's just more tough, more sturdy. It looks like it's just a physical boost from the information we have. That's kind of what I'm leading into. Something tells me the stronger they are initially, the more becoming a princess boosts them. It definitely boosts them in terms of status and notoriety and recognition and what you can do for their family, so to speak. But I I'm not against the idea of the stronger you are, the more power you get from the process. I'm not against the idea that no matter who goes through the process, the amount of power you get is a times three power up, no matter who gets it. And then conversely, I'm not against the idea that it's case by case, or maybe Gustang or whoever can regulate. Like I don't know, she might be dangerous. Only give her 45% of the 50% or something. So I've actually never thought about this process that deeply. But if this is supposed to be the war of the princesses and they're all going to be here and be more prominent, this might not be a bad time to learn about it. Let's stick with Elaine. So if Elaine, let's say, look, Traumre's like, now you've proven yourself. You may the test you failed once, you may now do, and she becomes a Jahad princess. How strong does Elaine become, in your opinion? She like A rank level, low ranker, upper. What does Elaine become? Because I'm at the point now, having kind of thought through it, and thinking back to a lot of the statements that we get, and Dorsey's talented, by the way. Don't get that twisted, because she was the first person to figure out how to use her Shinsu quality when Dada Kuna Dawan was teaching them how to do it. So she's still very talented. But I wonder if that was innate in her, and that's why she was picked to be a Prince of Jihad, and all the process did was enhance her physically. It's like a super soldier serum, if you will. I'm starting to lean more towards that. Honestly, that's what I think. I'll leave that at that, though. If you have any other comments on that, feel free to make them. I wanted to check something else in this chapter to make sure I didn't forget anything specific. How strong do you guys think the sea snake is? By the way, like, let's say if Yuri ran to the sea snake and could fight him uninterrupted, is the sea snake getting packed up? In your opinion, she's older than Yuri. She would be ranked if she climbed. Now that I think about it, I'm probably right. Yay! I'm kind of smart sometimes. Sometimes I'm smart. I'll be making sense here and there occasionally. It's also very also just as a side note. I don't think Line dropped 2 chapters initially. It was like in the next couple of weeks they did 2 chapters with like the Bam versus Ren stuff, if I remember correctly. So I still hope they end up dropping the 2 chapters. If they drop the 2 chapters, I'm not sure what you guys want me to do. Should I drop both live reactions in the same day, same time, day after another, then the discussion? I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll combine them into one video. Maybe no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that actually because I don't want to do that. So I'm kind of thinking about how I'm going to do it. But it is officially up online webtoons now. It came out yesterday at about 9 o'clock. Sunday. This would be Sunday. That'll be Sunday, March 19th, 2023. I read it. The translation seemed pretty good for that chapter, from what I can tell. So yeah, high diff win for Yuri. No, probably not. Only because SC was hyped up his damn snake so much. Okay. I I wouldn't bet against Yuri, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know how strong this guy is or he's supposed to be, or if he has some type of ability or gimmick that makes him hard to defeat. But I wouldn't bet against Yuri personally. But if this guy is OD, maybe he's OD. Yeah. If Webtoon keeps releasing only 1 chapter per week, we'll be half a year behind eventually, which will be crazy. Yeah. I hope they're not. I hope those guys are not stupid, man. Apparently, the banner that they have for Tog, well, I say apparently, because I saw it on Twitter. I didn't see it on the site, but it has images of Bam like losing his hand and recreating it from the Ren fight. I'm like, y'all are not serious. That's crazy. What if someone is sensitive to spoilers? I just wish that this just makes like discussion in this community so difficult for no good reason, in my opinion. I don't like it. And Dorsey was dumb. I'm sorry, guys. To take the bait. We'll see. What she packs her up. At most, I think the Sea Snake is advanced ranker. Bam isn't bothered by him at all, but it's Bam, so who knows? The family head believes this snake has the potential to kill all the contestants in the hotel. All right, Chris. My only question to you is Traumare anticipating Yuri's arrival, and does Traumare actually physically actually know how strong Bam is in total right now, or has a general idea or estimation? I don't think Traumare knows how strong Bam is right now. Not that he's a threat to him, but I think he still might be in his own brain downplaying how powerful that boy Lil Bam James is. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I lost my train of thought a little bit. Bam in total, I think is probably stronger than Yuri. That wouldn't shock me. Yeah, I had a point I wanted to make about the sea snake, but I lost it. I'm sorry. I mean, y'all know my brain. But they did hype him up. A bug is a bug, so no way Trump thinks highly of Bam. That's kind of what I like. Like, do I believe that he's like, of course you can stand on our level one day, but as of right now, I don't think that he sees him as any meaningful threat or anything like the sort. But Bam did scratch a wreck as an E-Reg regular as JVG. I'm sorry, that's still the worst scene ever, bro. I've seen mixed. The further we get and the more we see, the dumber that scene is. I can't believe I saw you did that. He gotta retcon that, delete that. But it's like an iconic panel, I guess, to like TOG people with them coming at it. And to me, I'm like, I hate this. I hate this class so much. Watch Bam absorb them snakes, more power. Yeah. Yeah, eat them snakes. Slurp them snakes up. Put the snake in your mouth. Nobody knows how strong Bam is. If he's not strong enough to beat someone, he'll become stronger during that fight. That was always Dustin's general argument way back in the day when I had a debate with him. No matter what happens, the circumstances around Bam will converge in order to let him escape or get a victory. It wasn't that he was literally stronger than Yuri. Back in the name hunt station, no, in the last station, I had a debate with Dustin about how Yuri Jahad versus Bam because he thought Bam could beat her, but he was right. He was right. When I think about it in retrospect, I'm like, your argument wasn't that Bam was stronger and better and all this yada yada blah blah. It's that the circumstances, the story revolves around him in a way that like no matter what, like the Black March would appear in his hand and he'll absorb it, and then Jin Sung will come save him. And it's like that was his point because he used the term ultimate plot armor. By this point, you guys know I don't like that term. I hate the term plot armor. I don't like blanket terms in general more often than not. I get why people use them and I know what they mean, generally speaking, but I'm not a fan of them. How many of you guys here are gamers? You guys play a lot of video games? I don't really watch video game reviews like that, but like, well, there's some channels and people that I trust, but it's kind of like when IGN and those video game reviewers say something is the Dark Souls of a series. Like, Celeste is the Dark Souls of platformers. And I just roll my eyes because I'm like, oh my God, bro. I get it. You're associating the game with it being difficult because Dark Souls is a game that's considered to be difficult by the gaming community. So if you say this is the FPS, this is the Dark Souls of FPSs, you're saying it's a hard first-person shooter. But what you fail to do is explain to me literally what are the trials and tribulations and challenges of this game specifically. And that's why I don't like those type of terms. If you say someone has plot armor, I get what you mean. You think the character or main character were in a situation that was precarious that they shouldn't have been able to get out of, at least not scot-free, and the way they did escape that situation was contrived. And I always encourage people, use your words. Explain it to me. So yeah. I would say Traumare maybe has an idea, but doesn't know exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. LaBam was just in his 2012 Game 6 mode. LaBam James, baby. Bam smash ran without the thorn. That speaks volumes for me. That's a good point. He did not pull out any of his real ancillary things. Though, he did use Leviathan, but it was his first time, you could say, really trying to channel Leviathan as an energy source. He did use the like claw against Erlen Brot. Erling Brot. Oh, yeah, I have to say Erling Brot. Lopobia Holland, but with the little dragon claw thing he did against Holland. So yeah. Yeah, he literally used Red as a test dummy, as a stepping stone, as training mode. I'm labbing my combos, like all of that. That's all he did. He went to options with the training mode, and he said, "Let me practice on this bozo over here." I still like Ren's gimmick with the leech. I hope that we could see it be used again in a more elevated way, maybe with more than two bodies. That would be cool. Maybe a non-binary body, a male body, and a female body, or something. I don't know. That could be interesting. And maybe they can self replicate their bodies in an easier way than having to absorb like Shinshu through Bam or something. I don't know. He was doing good against Godot without the Thorn, and Godot was a high ranker, so no surprise he needed against Ren. That's a good point, but he was supposed to use it, or I think Ivanka got mad at him, but yeah, he's been high ranker level for quite some time. There's probably more of those leech dudes. So I do agree. I like Ren's skill set. Now that you said that Ren might survive because Father Snake, it's not impossible that Ren survives. My only general question to people who actually no, sorry. I think last discussion someone brought up a very good reason for me. I think this is poetic and full circle and beautiful. As if Ren survives and pops up again, and the person who packs him up forever is Ann Dorsey or Anak. I like that. Anak gets vengeance for what happened to her mom. So that is the one role that I can see Ren playing. He would be obsessed with fighting Bam, but Bam would be so far beyond what he can do, even more so than already now, that Anak's like, bro, I'll pack you up for my parents. I like that. Otherwise, kill Red. There's no reason for him to stay here at this point. If you're not going to do that, I personally can't think of any other reason. Maybe someone in the chat has a good thematic role for Ren moving forward that's not related to Andorsey or Anak. So That's just what I think, though, because it would. I think it would be kind of silly to just have him be around to be like, the Slayer candidate. The only person right now who probably has like beef with Bam that I would accept Bam actually struggling to fight, even though I still think deep in my heart he's stronger than him, is actually 100 Band's Caliban. Especially after his weird Liboric power up, where the electric storm of water vapor and the John Sula little things that he did powered up Caliban. That's the only one that I accept as a real threat. Otherwise, I don't. But y'all know that I think Caliban. I think very highly of Caliban though, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm a Caliban fanboy. Ren has no use in the story anymore. I kind of think that would be a perfect story. Yeah, I even like the idea of a knack like torturing him to death, like the way that he like bullied them during the last examination during the the first season. Sorry. So, what do you mean, Naya, bro? He should become an ally, join the group, and be pushed to the background. It's never happened before to an antagonist. No, we don't need that. Does Bam struggling against being an interesting character, being an interesting character count? He's been a he's been a good character for the majority of the series. So I'm not gonna go too hard on him. It's really season 3 from what the cage to like really I guess to now. So it was a significant amount of time in real life and chapters, but season 1 Bam's a good character. JVG Juvial Gracious is great. Season 2 Bam is fine. I don't blame him for what happened in the last station. That was SIU just not knowing what he was doing, and then season 3 it was hard. It was rough. So I know you don't read this. I know you, but no. I think if I like I like the East Blue Luffy like gimmick for Bam right now. I can work with this for the time being. If for the remainder of like the year or something we do the gimmick of like East Blue Luffy versus his opponents and Bam is in a similar predicament, I could live with that because I've always liked that. And for anyone, I guess I should explain what I mean. If I think I explained it a couple times before, but I'll just say it again. So Viola is still my favorite version of Bam. Um, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Why did you not like the last station? That's my top 3 favorite arcs. The last station is one of my least favorite arcs in Tower of God. The one arc that I can say I probably don't like is the cage. Not necessarily the last station. The last station to me is where the fissures start to show themselves, where I start to see cracks in internal writing, the internal logic and internal consistency of the writing and the power scaling. And I'm not like super. I don't like to super harp on power scaling all the time, but in a series, like I always say, where most conflicts are settled by might makes right, you want the power scaling to have some type of consistency and logic that makes sense and progresses in a way that people can follow. Fortunately, a lot of these Eastern storytellers I just don't think are good at that, or they don't care about it to the degree that we do. Um, don't let not reading something stop you from slandering. That's my motto in life. Fair enough. What was I gonna say? Damn it, I had a point that I lost earlier. Viola is my favorite version of Bam. I lost. Now it's gone. I don't have it anymore. Damn. Oh, East Blue Luffy. In East Blue, until Luffy ran into like Smoker, I thought he was stronger than every single person he had to fight. So Alvida, Buggy, Don Krieg, um, Arlong. I feel like I forgot somebody. Kuro, like all those people. Luffy was stronger than all of those people. But he had some type of obstacle, gimmick, power, terrain, physiology that he had to overcome in order to win those fights. And that was the kind of like flash that I got with Bam versus Ren. Ren had a very unique ability and gimmick that gave Bam some trouble that Bam had to circumvent, but the whole time he was in control, from the standpoint of Bam is stronger than Ren from top to bottom, but he had to get around the leech, the centipede parasite stuff, and the fact that Ren's a very underhanded fighter, so to speak. So that's what I think. So like with Don Krieg, the weaponry, being on the sea, the terrain, Luffy had to overcome that, but he was still stronger than Don Krieg. Buggy was his weaponry. Alvida was obviously not serious. Kuro was his speed and the cat claws, even though Kuro couldn't see. With Arlong, it was his fishman physiology, right? So if this is what we're doing for Bam for the time being right now, I'll take it. I'm not mad at it. I'll take it. Slander JoJo all the time. I never read it, but I should probably give it a chance. You should definitely give it a chance. But it's free country, free world. You know, I guess it's not. But slander whatever the hell you want. Nothing to do with me. All the princess. The only thing is, some of you have to learn the art of hatred. Some of you aren't good haters. Like just calling shit ass is not. It's not peak hatred. You have to be clever and underhanded and maniacal with how you hate. And a lot of you can work on that. That's all. I'll just follow my lead. See what I do. You see how I get. You see how I get under people's skin all the time. All the princesses goddamn shorts like tennis players. Fam, bless SIU. They're cheeked up. They're cheeked up. He's doing this thing right now. He knows, and they got the thin waist, the Coke shaped bottle, whatever they call it, body. If conflicts are solved through fighting, then you got to be consistent in your power scaling, keep the stakes high. It's a simple thing to understand, but some fans don't get it. Shout out OP fans to feel that. I can see that. I like this confident Bam, and I hope that he sticks around. Didn't really rock with the always good boy from season one. I get that. What do I think of the Yuri outfit? I think Yuri got 10 times hotter. I've never disliked Yuri. This is one of Yuri. This is a very nice fit for Yuri because there's a lot of legs. I like it, but Yuri's always looked very good to me. I never disliked the Yuri appearance or Yuri outfit. Macheni was drawn rough that one time. You know what? You know exactly what picture I'm talking about. That's the one picture of Macheni. She looking kind of rough. Otherwise, too, Macheni always looks good to me as well. Let's see if I can find it when her and Yuri are talking. Because man, that one panel of Machete, I'm like, oh my god, what do they do to you, baby? They give me twin machinery. I hate you. You know she shorts are doing it though. Nah, she really is. She's making those shorts work. I won't even lie. I'm not even gonna cap. Okay, what? First of all, why did my thing turn into like light mode? Google. I have dark theme. I'm a dark man. Okay, so do I have to put this back on? Like, bro, what is it good with you? Dark theme. Give me the darkness. Give me the darkness. Damn it! I was hoping. Is this picture or is this? It's kind of this scene, but yeah, she looks awful here. I'm gonna put it on camera. Yeah, she looks like cross-eyed and didn't like her solely off of this introduction, but I became a Machete fan. Vince showed me the way. Vince showed me the way. That wasn't moving me. Like this picture was like kind of hideous. And then like this one. It's not that raw. Yep, exactly. You know where I was going. What? Man, but ever since then, nah, she's so far when he draws her now though. Like she's so far. This is one of my favorite Machete panels. I honestly wish I saved I used it for a better I say a better video, but like a more important video. I wish I used maybe I just switch the thumbnails actually. Now I'm thinking about it, but this is my favorite. This is my there's actually this is one of two Machete panels I like a lot, and I lost it. Where did it go? Where did I save it? There it is. This one's really good. There's the one where she's fighting Hajin Sung, where she has the spear out. That one's really good. Yeah, I like this one because what I like with SIU drawing Machete is that he's good at capturing how maniacal she is, but he keeps like the beauty, but he shows how conniving she is with these types of pictures, which is really well done. So there's that, and this is the other one. But yeah, but y'all know me, man. My best girl has been Elaine. It's always gonna be it's probably I don't know if that'll change, but Elaine has always been the best looking to me. I like Elaine the most. That's my goat. In terms of physical appearance, it's gotta be Lopo B Elaine, baby. Yeah, this other one of Machete is really good. I like this one. She got the spear out. She got the form fitting sundress. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Man, I'm a pervert. I gotta do better. Anyways, Shani or Yuri, which one you smash and the other one you kill? Oh, I like Yuri more. So I would get along with Yuri more. So I guess Yuri. Me and I moving like Shaq and Kobe versus Tagashi. Tagashi's fans are getting bullied by me. They do not like me. I I have Tower Gods. Tower God. I have Hunter fans fuming at the bit, at the mouth, foaming at the mouth, in that from that one video. Blame it on the early art phase. That looks like Kun, but with hair on. That's how you always been good at capturing emotion. And Machete my favorite princess, but that's because of my Rand bias. I'm not mad at that though. Rand's that dude. I really think I really think that this story would benefit a lot from Rand's return. I really do. I would love to see that boy come back. Oh, I miss Rand, bro. He's so raw. Like Rand is that dude, bro. I miss him. Let me just grab my camera. Since we just chopping it up now, we're not really talking about the chapter. But you know what princess I never liked really was Repelista. It's just because you're just in a room. I think because I think she stinks. But I think TOG is close to ending. I don't. I actually, I'm actually not good at gauging these type of things. I I would be shocked if Tower of God doesn't end up being at least 1,000 chapters. I would be shocked. I would. I would be shocked. Now, I don't think the Tails user story universe thing is happening. That's cooked. That I believe is cooked. If he if he wanted to make the TUS universe, he had to be more efficient, and he already goofed. That's my opinion, though. As far as Tower of God, I think this story will end like normally or whatever. So, so yeah, so yeah. You guys think it's close to ending? People ask me for like One Piece and Kubera all the time. Like, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Oda said One Piece was supposed to be 5 years, and we're like 24 years in. Like, can we? I don't think these people people actually. I don't think people could really gauge that well. You know how long the series is gonna go. All I care about is that he keeps going as long as he loves doing it. If he falls out of love of making a story, I think he should stop, even if we don't get the ending we want. I don't like when authors are continuing something and I can tell they've lost the love to do it. Have you ever read a story and you can tell the people making it, or you ever watch, play, or read something and you know the person who's making it they don't like it. They're like they obviously don't like the material they're engaging with. They're like dickheads about it. So that's what I'm saying. Yo, LeBron James longevity with D Rose consistency at the top level. Man, that'll be crazy. Derrick Rose, man. Derrick Rose. What it could have been. Oh, we get a series of a wreck before we enter the tower. I could see us getting some cool little side stories or Omaki type chapters, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being a blog post, even though I heard there's no more blog posts, which is good. We don't need any more blog posts. Did I speak on the legs? I did speak about the legs, and I talked about them being cheeked up. I did. I did. Low came and said, did you highlight the legs? I even highlight the shoes. That's how you've been showing off. Look how good I make shoes now. I can make shoes. Yay! I'm so good at it. That's how you're a funny lad, man. Funny lad. He's a funny man. But he's doing his thing right now. I'm not mad at him. Did you guys see any other reactions? I was there for Joe's reaction for this first one. I wonder what how the community's feeling. I don't know how many guys went like raws. So, but yeah, did I knock this out? What happened? That's what happened at prison school after the boys escaped. I remember prison school. I kind of liked prison school, low key. It was fun. Is this the wrong? Is this the wrong thing? What am I doing? Yeah. Um, Okay. Let's have a. Just give me 1 second. If you read Dune, I could see Jahar as God Emperor type person. I've only read the first Dune. I haven't seen the movie yet. Um, if you have read Dune, I could see the Jahad as a God Emperor type person, especially with that horn demon inside him. I like Prison School. The ending in my was super weird. I'm still confused. I actually don't remember how it ended, but it 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 touched all of the perverted things that I that I honestly get a kick out of. So I was like, honestly, this is just depraved, and I'm depraved. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Is it weird that Webtoon has one free chapter and 5 fast pass? No, I think that's how it. Well, it is. I under Most series that I read only had one fast pass more often than not. So I guess it's weird in that sense. But when it SIU had dropped 6 initially when it happened, so that's not too surprising, all things considered. Patreon gang, huge shout out to the Patreon gang. Shout out to my certified BAM lovers, that's the CBL. Shout out to the Priests of Fire, those are the certified Brilith lovers. Are they the real CBL? I don't know, they could be. But a huge shout out to the Fifths and Gods, my tier 3 pledgers on Patreon. Big shout out to 5:28 a.m., Big Abdel, Alan, Andrew, Bruv, Childish Nujabes, Tris, Fitz, Infinite, Irene Sharda, Jacob Holland, Johnny Rogers, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Revenant, Scobe, Silo, Simi, follow Simi on Twitch, Sonny Katapali, Tino Brown, Zodiac, and Zyler Scotty. Thank you guys. Your support is greatly appreciated. And because of y'all, I don't gotta eat ice soup. Y'all ever had ice soup? Y'all never had to live off no ice soup, man. All right.